Hello, everyone. This is Kwavi. Welcome to another episode of 50 Shades of Over 50. I'm laughing. I'm like smiling so big because I am so excited about my next guest. Her name is Barbara Chotiner, and I found her on TikTok. And I had to reach out to her on Instagram because I knew that I could DM her on Instagram and she'll probably respond more so than on TikTok. And I am so glad she accepted my invitation to be interviewed. You're in for a treat. Welcome.
I was so surprised when you reached out. I did get asked to be on a podcast and I did it and I thought, oh, I don't know if that's for me. I don't know if I want to do that again. And then I've gotten a lot of requests and it each time shocks me to no end why anybody would want to hear me. I hate my voice. I say that on TikTok.
Well, but this is the thing, though. The reason why I wanted to interview, and you probably know, is you are such a bright light. And as a life coach, I speak with a lot of women in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. And a lot of women are just suffering in silence. A lot of them just feel that their life is over. Now that they're older, they're invisible. And so for me, I started this show to be able to highlight different lives of different women, and maybe other women could listen and say, oh, she's doing that. Maybe I can do that too. And you are a bright, bright light. Like, yes.
Well, I never, honestly, like a million other women, I started on TikTok because of the pandemic, and it gave me something to, I don't know, get me motivated each day to put on clothes at least. Or sort of clothes and a little bit of makeup, but it really got me going a little bit more during the pandemic. My husband went to work every day, and you know what it was like, and he worked in a hospital, so it was difficult. All right, so then as time went by, I was getting comments, I was getting people looking at things. I'm thinking, wow, what is this? And my favorite part has always been comments and other women reaching out. That's my favorite part. And I realized that they're having a difficult time if they're in their 70s, especially. Look,
Yes.
I'm 77.
Yes.
And honestly, I feel like I can relate to 40 and 50-year-old women, maybe 30, maybe not in their music, but you never know.
I love that.
And honestly, I think that as women, that has to be the focal point of where we relate.
Yes.
Not age, not our jobs, not
Yes.
what we do every day, not what we have to live through. We're women, and now we have to figure out where we go from there.
Yes. And that is so true. And I love how you said your age, because that was going to be my next question, because I think it's important for us to, as we begin this whole journey as we're aging, being able to accept your age, I think, is the first part. Because I know for some women, they don't even want to say their age out loud. And I know the reason why they do that is because they've heard so much about, if you're a certain age, you're discriminated. So I think for them, it's like, I'm not saying my age. I mean, I've even had people wanting to come on the podcast and they've told me, Kwavi, I can't say my name in public. And, I respect that. But I also know too, that that's part of the whole programming by society too. Like, you can't,
Also, Kwavi, I've learned that we have two ways of looking at ourselves.
Yes.
You can be the person in front of social media one way, and of course, in your real life, it could be total dichotomy of
that
what
is so
really
true. You're right.
You never really know with people now,
True.
and I've learned that too going through the past 2 years on social media.
Very true.
But I do think that women who don't want to say their age or are doing everything possible to look younger, I don't know if there's anything wrong with that, if that makes them internally feel better.
Yeah.
But the whole point is, how do you feel inside? How do you go through your day? Are you constantly under that stress to make sure that nobody knows how old you are?
Yeah, because that can be exhausting, because even as women, we're wearing so many hats. And it's hard sometimes trying to keep up, and sometimes you're like, whew, I'm done, and so I totally get that, totally get it.
I think that I was a school teacher for many years. I told you about that. I'm 45 years. And when I stopped teaching, it was, I want to say, traumatic almost.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, now what? How am I going to have a little bit of a purpose every day? I'm not one of those let's do lunch kind of thing every day. Let's go have lunch, let's go to the mall. That wouldn't be for me. Every once in a while, it's great, but not.
Yeah.
So I really think that everybody has to find their little niche.
Yes.
And the people I seem to be reaching are really 50s, 60s, 70s. And they're
Yeah.
saying to me that they never thought that a few minutes of joy, just 5 or 10 minutes, maybe watching a video and then maybe doing their own on TikTok, let's say, or Instagram, would actually carry them through some of the harder parts of the day. And it does.
It does. I'm telling you, your videos, and I'm going to put the links to her TikTok and Instagram. They are just a delight to watch. I mean, some of the videos I watched them over and over again, like the one you did, I can't remember which, it was a dance video. And I think it had to do with one of the Jewish holidays, something you had. And then I watched that thing over and over because first of all, it reminded me of music from back in the day. So I was like, oh my
Right.
goodness, I remember this song. And then just seeing you dance with so much joy, I was like, yes,
I cannot dance without joy. I don't think anybody can dance when you're going to be
I
crying
know.
and dancing. That's unusual, but you can do that. But really, I think my whole thing on TikTok is if I can inspire a few women to maybe get off the couch and do a little something for themselves. Obviously, it doesn't have to be dancing. It could be
Yeah.
anything. But
Yeah.
we forget that we're not taught how to find joy. Who
No,
teaches us that?
true. You're right.
Our moms and dads, they love us and that gives us joy. But then again, who teaches us? Nobody ever really
That
talks
is
about it.
true.
I
That
think
is true.
talking about joy is sort of like, what? New age,
Right.
mumble
Yeah,
mumble,
right.
whatever. But I do really think that through me doing these videos that I've learned that people don't actually notice the parts of their life that could give them joy if they stop to
Yes.
notice it.
You're
They have
right.
to notice it. I don't think anybody goes every day, all day with no joy.
Mm.
Even if it's 2 seconds of something you're going through that's horrible. Look, if we're going through a horrible period in our life where we're feeling depressed or we're feeling
Yes.
lonely or we're feeling this, I get it. It takes a lot of work
Yeah, it
to
does.
even, smile for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But I think I'm hoping that in my 70s, I'm going to be 80 in 2 years. I hope I'm able to still be doing this. That's
I
all.
hope so too. I really do. So tell me though, have you always been this way? Like when you were about to turn like in your 40s and your 50s, turning 50, 60, were you always this joyful?
I do think I was. People
Hmm.
have asked me, how do you do it? What do you do to do this? Well, I don't do anything. I think I didn't realize I was that way. Look, do I get down sometimes? Do I get angry at people? Do I want to shake my husband? But yeah, all of that happens. That's life. But
Yes.
this feeling I have and who I am is just, I guess, who I am. And I don't
Yeah.
know where it comes from. I don't know why. I really don't. But I make an effort now to feed it. Now I
Yeah.
make an effort to make sure that on those days I can wake up and just say, look, I'm going to go food shopping. Big deal. It's so boring. It doesn't have to be. If
Yes.
we notice things along the way, even if it's for a few
Wow.
minutes, nothing has to be boring or, oh my gosh, why do I have to do that? It doesn't have to be that way. We've just accepted it through the
True. That's a good point.
we have to switch our mindset.
That's
I'm
it.
not saying switch it all day. It's, we're doing
Yeah.
dishes, getting dinner on the table for kids or whatever it is, but I don't have that heavy feeling that some
Yeah.
people carry with them. So I'm hoping just a few minutes watching, listening to different
Yeah.
things will get them to their next step.
Yeah. And you're clearly doing that because I mean, the dances, the videos, I know it's making a difference just by the comments I see on your video. I mean, a lot of
Yes,
people are watching them.
the people that reach out, and I think I started telling you from all over the world and
Wow.
translating their comments into things that I would understand. And I'm thinking, whoa, she lives in Russia, she lives in Czechoslovakia, she's from Pakistan, she's from, women from all over the world. And
Yeah.
what we all have alike is how we feel as women. Number one, there is no difference. Some people have to go through more to
Yeah.
show their
True.
power and strength.
Yeah.
We're very lucky. We can
Yes. In this
really
country.
show that.
True.
Some people can't. They're
Yeah.
hiding in their home, or they're able to get the internet, or able to get TikTok or
Which is
Instagram,
true.
and they're starting to see what they could be a little bit more,
Yeah.
a little bit more. And then we compare what we're going through. I said
Mhm.
on my TikTok that I have osteoporosis, which I have. It went from
Mhm.
osteopenia. Women, thousands and thousands of women are dealing with this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's one of those.
Thousands. And
Mhm.
how we deal with it is so different. So comparing, talking about it, sharing what we do, sharing what our doctors have told us.
Oh yes.
My TikTok was a little dance and saying, I'm not going to take the meds right now. I'm going to, I got a little
Yeah.
bit of improvement on that bone scan we have to take. And
Yes.
women, do your bone scans. Don't play
Yes.
them. To me, I think
Exactly.
mammograms, bone scans, do it. It's
Yes.
scary. You worry. You can't wait to get the results. But wow,
You need
do
to
it.
get it done. Do
Yes,
it.
yes,
I
yes.
agree.
So
Especially if you're in a
anyway,
country where it can be done. Please go
yes,
ahead and do it.
exactly, exactly. But women all share those same diseases, those same ailments, no matter where we live. And so
Yes.
that way the comments are universal for all of us, really.
Yes. It is so true though. Yeah. And I mean, I know as we get older, we're kind of susceptible to more diseases and things, but there are things that we can do to kind of lighten the load, you
Yes,
know.
yes. But you know what's funny? I don't
But
remember my mom and I were always close. I don't remember her ever talking about things that could happen when you get older.
yeah,
I
yeah.
really don't remember having that conversation at all. So, when things start happening, we go, whoa, why didn't somebody tell me these things we're going to be talking
Yeah.
about? And now with social media, younger women are definitely more aware, which is,
Of
I think,
course.
a good thing. It's a good,
Yes. Oh
that's a
yeah.
plus about social media. You do
Yes.
become aware, and you do see things that you can do for yourself to prepare yourself. I didn't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
about load bearing, weight bearing exercise. There are a
Yeah.
lot of things I didn't know. I didn't know
Yeah.
about arthritis. I thought that's not going to happen to me. I'm active. I was a cheerleader in high
Right.
school. Give me a break.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I have it pretty bad. So I think what we do when we're older comes from a lot of how much we've heard before now.
True.
So I'm happy to reach out to younger women.
Yeah.
Look, that 20s and 30s, sorry, ladies, what is she talking about? That is definitely not going to happen to me. But then I see that they're coming around a little as they do a little more research.
Yes.
Google can be our friend. Go Google
I
it if
agree with that. Oh yeah.
you want.
I agree. But so for you though, and this is the other thing too, like menopause, for instance, like there were things that happened to me in menopause. I was like, what is, because we weren't taught. No one talked about it. And I'm hoping that now, because we're having more of an open conversation
Yes,
and
yes.
people are talking about it more, that the younger ones will probably have a heads up that we didn't have.
I really hope so. And I think that's what social media has done. It's directed me to books I can read, movies I can watch, people I can reach out to. It's not always great. Social media, we know, has pros and cons,
Yeah.
definitely, big time.
Yeah.
But it does have a lot of pluses. As an older woman, it does show me that my life was not over at
Yes.
I started TikTok at 75, and I thought it's just going to be a short little thing. I'm never going to do this. My granddaughter was going to see me, my son, my friends, my family. I was so mortified to think about that. But then as time went on, I'm thinking, oh well, sorry. This
Because
is
I think
your
even,
mom. This is your grandmother.
but what did they say though? What did they say?
Look, I think my son isn't on TikTok. He's going to see this Zoom, I'm sure. but the people that are on, my granddaughter is super supportive.
Oh, I
Friends are
love that.
delightful. Some of my friends are not on it, so I have to actually physically send them videos to see me. My brother is on, and at first I thought, oh, my sister, he's 6 years younger than me, and we're pretty close, and I love him to death. But I think he thought I had totally lost my mind during the pandemic. I think he thought, oh, mental health gone. So, but he's come around, and I think he's enjoying the fact that I'm being, inspirational for women out
Yes.
there. And
Yes.
if that's what I can do, then that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, my family isn't all on board. Some of my friends think I've totally lost it, but they still love me.
Listen, I get it. My boys, I have teenage boys. They were not happy when I first said I was going on TikTok, but they've come around since now. But in the
Yes.
beginning, they were like, this is not for you, mom. These are for us. I'm like,
But what
really?
you're doing, I mean, seriously, what you're doing is, I mean, 5 more steps higher than what I'm doing.
No, but
they're
guess what
way
though?
off, but
We're
yeah,
all doing our part
I
to
agree. I
inspire
agree.
women.
We are.
Yes.
You're not as embarrassed.
Well, but this is the thing though. My kids thought I was embarrassing. That's the thing.
Isn't that?
They were like,
I know.
Mom, you can't do, no, you can't be on.
I
They're like,
know.
no,
You know,
this is for us.
this is what I equate that with. I remember going out to a movies when
Mhm,
my son was a teenager. He
mhm,
was I didn't know he was going to be there. He was in
mhm.
line with friends at that same movie. And I wanted to walk up and say, hey, and then he goes like this.
Exactly. That is
That's
it.
the way he reacts, I'm sure, to all my TikToks and everything else going on. But you know what? I got to do what I got to do.
Exactly. That's for me. For me, I'm like, this is bigger than me. I'm just trying to inspire other women. I'm like, that's fine. You might, but now they're kind of like, I can tell they kind of enjoy the stuff. They're like, okay, mom, you're doing a good job. So it's better.
I know. I'm trying my best too. And look, it gets me through the day,
Yeah.
and it's just fun. Plus the creative part of it. A lot of women don't
Yes.
realize this, but you start out slow. Oh, I can't do anything. I don't know what the buttons mean. I don't know how to, I get that. And I didn't know very much. I mean, I was computer savvy, but TikTok savvy is a whole other thing.
I agree with
And
you. I
even
felt the
and
same way.
Instagram too. But it's nice to get up in the morning and think, no, not today. No videos today. Just joy going to Publix to go food shopping. But other than that, there's so many things that you can be creative about. Just thinking about, what we do when we wake up in the morning. I have forgotten what it's like. You just wake up and you think, I don't have to worry about what I wear, what I put on makeup, or
Right.
you don't have to brush my teeth. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going
Oh,
to
right.
see. I remember brushing my teeth before every TikTok when I first doing a TikTok before I start, when I first started thinking,
Right.
that's the stupidest thing I have ever done.
I guess you thought they might they might know, right?
I mean, anymore. Too bad.
Oh goodness. But I mean, but look at where you are now. It's like now you're like doing it and it's just
Yeah,
but you're
now
right though.
it's true. Now, I mean, look, do I get comments that are not all sweet and nice? Yes, I do. And I just don't care. And
Exactly. Love
that's
that. You don't
great.
care.
No, I don't care. And what I do on TikTok is block.
Which is that feature is amazing. Like,
I mean,
okay.
think about if we could do that in our real lives. You said what to me? Blocking you. Being I might not have any friends, but I block everybody.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
The bad comments, they're gonna
Yeah.
come. Bad and good, bring it on.
And it happens, it's
Yeah.
you're gonna get some of those. But the thing is, the positive comments are overwhelmingly way more than that. So it's like, okay.
Yes, they are. And I'm not into controversy. I don't want to get into politics. That's a whole
Yeah.
other thing. I don't
Exactly.
even
Yeah.
get into it with my family, let alone TikTok. But honestly, it's all about inspiration and joy for me. It's not, I don't have a business. I don't have a product I'm
Yeah.
selling. I'm at the point now where my son, was it my son? Somebody said to me, well, you're selling yourself. Aren't you the product? What?
I guess so.
But when you think about it, I come cheap. No sale items, just tune in to Instagram.
But that, I mean, I mean, this conversation is just so uplifting. I'm just so glad that, we're having this conversation. And for you though, so what's next for you? Anything planned?
No,
What's
and
next?
it's really fun and funny. I always talk about women having confidence and
Yes.
be brave and go for it and things like that. But preparing for this Zoom, I'm thinking, where's my confidence? What's going on here?
Really? Wow.
So, why would she want me? I think it's because of this. And it was the same with the podcast. I don't want your views to be low. I don't want to do something that's going to embarrass you. For
Oh,
me,
no,
I don't care.
no.
But that's what I think about. I think, so that's where that confidence thing comes in.
Yeah.
And there's
Oh,
really nothing new and miraculous on the horizon, except in 2 weeks, I'm going to New York City for a little Broadway show trip.
nice.
So I'm
Oh,
looking
that's so
forward to
nice.
that. Going with
That's good.
my family. My husband's
Nice.
working, so he's not going to go.
Yeah.
And so it's my brother and my nieces and nephews, and I'm very excited.
Oh, that's so nice. That's going to be fun trip. Yeah. But you know what? I'm just so glad you came on. And I'm sure the people listening are like, wow.
I just want people, a takeaway kind of is your 60s, your 70s, your 80s. There are a lot of 80s
Oh,
people
yeah.
on TikTok who are
Oh, yeah.
unbelievable. It is not the end of the world. It doesn't have to be, oh my, look at me, my life is over. It's not over. You have
Nope.
to just find for you what's going to work for you. And it won't have to be over.
Yes.
It could be just beginning a new part of it.
Exactly. I believe that too. I honestly believe that it could be just the beginning.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, thank you so much. And I know all of you listening are like, wow, this was amazing. Thank you so much, Barbara. I really appreciate you. And thank you all for listening. And I will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye. If you enjoyed listening to this show, you have to take a look at Flourish, my online global community exclusively for women in their 50s and beyond. We talk about the important issues affecting women in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond in a safe and non-judgmental environment. We also provide the tools and resources to help you create your best life on your own terms. It's never too late and you're not too old. Go to the link below to learn more.